What is up, everybody? This is Brian, the Toyota guy, over here at Fred Anderson Toyota in Asheville, and I'm getting ready to send home this gorgeous 2002 4Runner, and this thing is way too clean for me to not share it. It's borderline, in my opinion, a museum piece. Probably has to be the cleanest third gen 4Runner that I've ever seen. So it's pretty cool. Let me show you how this thing is so nice. So first off, this is a 2002. This is a 4Runner Limited, and this thing, believe it or not, has 82,000 miles on it. And it's very obvious to me, I believe it was a 2-owner vehicle if I'm not mistaken, but it's very obvious to me that whoever had this over the last 20 years kept this thing in the garage, kept it clean, kept it detailed, didn't really do a whole lot of heavy lifting, heavy work with it. A lot of these older 4Runners, or really any car that's 20 years old, they have numerous blemishes, paint defects. Rust is a big issue on these older Toyotas on the frames, and this one really has none of that. I don't know if it really translates in the video, but the body lines on this 4Runner are immaculate. I don't think it's really had any damage done to it at any point. There's no orange peel. The paint just looks fantastic, and it's a really interesting spec on this because I love with these limiteds when you've got the fender flares but with everything paint matched. And if I kind of come in and even look at the fender flares, you can even look at the way that the gasket is that goes between the fender flare and the body. These things are prone to get real brown, real dirty. They get cracked and they come apart and they come out. You can see they're all intact, all in really good shape. If you look at the wheels, we have not done any refinishing to the wheels, but the wheels definitely look like they either have been or they're just in amazing shape. These 4Runners are the last ones that have the glass headlights on them. This is, believe it or not, there's a steel bumper in there that's painted. Some of the SR5s and stuff had chrome pieces and they were rust out. You can see these are in really good shape. You've got the fog lamps here built in, and of course everything works on this. Incredibly clean. These have the 4-liter V6, one of the best ones that Toyota made, and it's actually, or I'm sorry, it's a 3.4 liter predecessor to the 4-liter, but one of the best engines. The 4-liter was a really good improvement on that. I'm actually getting ready to do a swap on a 3.4 liter into my 95 4Runner. All these 4Runners, they still had the back glass that would roll down, and just look at how clean this interior is. Now granted, I will give my detail guys some credit. They've done a really good job at cleaning this up and making it just look really sharp, but you can see there's not really any damage to the plastic in this. There's a really nice carpeted like insulated cover that goes on the back of the seats here. I'm not sure if the cargo cover still exists somewhere, but there's the hooks where it would go. It's gorgeous paint, perfectly smooth too. It's been really well kept up. Looking at the back seats, of course we have leather interior here, extremely soft. You have the rear heat blower, which still works as well. The factory tinted window, I actually think that these were it was actually in the glass. It's like an anodized or whatever they call it. You gotta love the etching on the windows. That was a thing back in the day. And if you look up here in the front, the only real imperfection on this whole entire car is the fact that there is leather worn out here from it being sat on. But with the exception of that, this thing is borderline perfect. We'll go ahead and crank it up. Smooth startup, 83,000 miles. Really nice spec on here. There is the switch for the power rear window. These had the option for auto climate control, which is really cool to see for a 20-year-old car, and you can see it works a lot like the newer cars. You can just adjust that. 4-wheel drive selector, which everything works. 4Runners were great because early on they had multiple phone chargers or accessory chargers. I guess it wasn't really for phones back in the day, more for GPSs and radar detectors, things like that. This spec 4Runner actually has the heated seats, and we have the locking center diff, as you can see here as well. Insane. No window sticker, but we do have the original owner's manuals to include the little pocket guide and everything that comes along with this. If you even look at the floor mats themselves are in immaculate shape. There's no Staining, the stitching isn't coming apart on the 4Runner. Maybe a little bit of wear on this one right here. All these, it seems to be back in the day, had the kind of fake wood stuff here on the dashboard as part of the trim. My 95 had it. It was awful though, because it was a stick-on piece versus an actual panel replacement. Factory sunroof, tilts and slides in great shape. Home link buttons for your garage. Sunglass holder, or you could also put like a different garage door opener, and you could actually use this to press on the buttons. You can see there's these little tabs or nipples, whatever you want to call these things, and you could put these in a specific spot here. Stick, you can see there's actually the original Velcro on this. Looks like it's never been used, but you could put the Velcro on there with your original garage door opener, and then if this was closed, you could just line up the nipple on the button and get access in. Just insanely clean. Such a great example of one of these. I even noticed on the back, all these back in the day had Reese hitches, and I don't know if this is the original one or not, but you can see the stickers even in good shape with the tow ratings, and even the original cap that goes on the receiver there. So really cool. All right, so that's gonna do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did. I know I'm geeking out probably way too much over a 20-year-old Toyota, but as a guy who's had 2 4Runners now and a bunch of other Toyotas over time, this one's one of the nicest ones. I was really considering actually buying this myself, but I just really didn't need to. It didn't make sense financially. But the guy who's picking this up here in about an hour is super thrilled to have it. And I mean, I would be too. This is probably one of the cleanest 4Runners I've personally ever seen, and possibly might ever see for a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it did a decent job trying to just show the overall quality and how well this thing has aged over time. But as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.